All right, bunnies, listen up. One of the most brilliant episodes of Family Guy. Brian has brain surgery, and the family is all around his bed, and he's out of the anesthesia, and suddenly he's a dumb guy, and he's freaking out because being an intellectual is his whole identity. And Peter says, "Don't worry about a thing, pal. Being dumb is great. Here, let me show you. First thing you gotta do, you gotta turn your ball cap so that the bill is facing backwards. Second thing, you gotta repeat these words. You think you're better than me? Now I'm talking to you Democratic media strategists and consultants, and who I think of as handlers. And what I'm talking about is how the guy in the VFW bar in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan reacts to liberals. Guaranteed. That's it. That's the guy's subtext. You think you're better than me. And that's the challenge, and it's a huge one. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you're better than the guy in the VFW bar? Yeah, you do. Hard to admit, maybe, maybe not, but the correct answer is yes, absolutely. And does your candidate down deep feel like he's better than the guy in the VFW bar? Same answer. Do not fucking doubt it. And is that why your red state or swing state candidate is not going to be elected? Again, yes, absolutely. Next question. Big question. Is there anything that can be done about that? Maybe. There better be. I certainly hope so. I'm seeing that either the Democrats don't want to vote for Biden now, or at least don't want to see him as a candidate. Why? I'll tell you the truth. I don't see Joe as a guy that gets that reaction from the guy in the VFW bar. No. I certainly see him as old and weak and hapless and what the hell, clueless. A guy who succeeded in beating maybe the most repugnant Republican candidate in 100 years? Sure. But that's not really saying much now, is it? Look, I'm not an expert. I sit here and read the paper like everybody else, but I am aware of maybe two guys who can change this thing as of this moment, and that's Jon Tester and John Fetterman. That's, as the old saying goes, the ticket. Because these are the only two guys I can think of who could sit down next to the guy in the VFW bar. Maybe there are other guys, but I sure as hell don't know of them, and I'm not saying that they're the perfect answer. If it was up to me, I'd be coaching them like mad to have a lot more edge than either one of them seems to have. But they're as close as I know to what's needed here. Forget about that nice, smiley, can't we all just get along thing. Forget about it. It's dead. This is not the time for that. Best case scenario, you draft those two guys, Tester for president, Fetterman for Veep, or maybe Mark Kelly or Gretchen Whitmer, and you teach them to look and sound angry. No Kamala Harris smiling. Angry about a Republican Party that seems to be opposed to the concept of democracy, for example, for starters. And then you know what? You pray for Trump to be renominated, or at least a big part of the next presidential campaign. Because if you can't do that, the dozens of you who have seen my videos, you might recall what I told you about that light at the end of the tunnel. It's not a goddamn choo-choo train. Message: lose the goddamn smiles and turn on the goddamn anger. I mean, smiling about what? Unless you're really happy and everything really is really wonderful. All right, coming up next, a rabbit's view on political correctness and feminism. Can you just not wait?